Hey, good afternoon, Tri-Cities from the StormTrack 5 Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Dave Dirks and Meteorologist Teresa Carter. Lots of active weather already occurring, and we're just
Yes.
barely halfway into this big event coming
I
our
know
way.
we haven't even gotten to the precipitation for Hurricane Helene yet. So
Right.
this is kind of like the predecessor of that.
And we are already seeing record rainfall.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we had a 24-hour rainfall record, which was at 2.65 inches. But this is as of just noon, too, Teresa, the
Yes.
two-day total.
Yeah. This is going to be one of the top five, at least, if not the number one
Right.
over.
3-day period,
Yeah.
probably. But we're already at 4.68 at the
68.
airport, and that's still not adding into this afternoon's rainfall
Exactly.
totals.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that also is a record for the 2-day total, and of course we're going to be close to a 3-day total, maybe exceeding that. Probably will be exceeding the record for the 3-day
Yeah.
rainfall total. So we don't need any more rain, and boy, we got a monster on our hands here with Hurricane Helene. As of the last update, as of 3 p.m., it was bumped up to a Category 3 storm.
Yeah, wind speeds right now up to 120 miles per hour, gusts up to 125. It's moving very quickly up to the northeast, about 21 miles per hour. Still making landfall this evening into the Big Bend area of Florida. So that is something that we've got to watch very closely. And once it makes landfall, it's going to move north very fast.
It's even going to pick up more. I mean, it's moving fast now for a tropical system, but it's going to get caught up in some strong steering current, and it's going to start moving. By this time tomorrow, it will already be in Middle Tennessee.
Exactly.
With the remnants, not as a hurricane.
No, the remnants,
Right.
yes. So again, what we've received so far is just kind of the predecessor rain event. That's what they normally call it. So we have not even gotten to the rainfall of Hurricane Helene.
And so with that fast moving storm, it's going to be weakening, of course, once it gets over land. But since it's moving so fast, we're going to be under the gun for some strong winds. In fact, the National Weather Service upgraded that high wind watch that was in effect yesterday to a high wind warning. That covers all of the area. With the exception of Avery, Mitchell, Yancey, and that's because they're under a tropical storm warning.
Yes.
All right, so all of us are going to see some pretty impactful winds. In fact, I think tomorrow, this is going to be very late. I think the winds don't pick up much until very late tonight, and especially into the day on Friday. We'll probably see some general east winds in the Tri-Cities around 15 to 35, but some peak gusts might reach near 50. Perhaps even some of our more wind-prone locations could have a peak gust. Not again sustained. This ain't going to be a sustained gust, but could have a gust in a couple of spots near 60, 65 miles per hour.
And then, of course, in the mountains, at least a good 55 to 60 at least.
And some of those hurricane force winds could occur there as well.
So we are looking at power outages.
Potentially, yep.
Potentially power outage because of all of the rain that we've received so far. The ground is very, very saturated. And with these high winds, it's not going to take very much to topple over those trees and have power outages. So please, everyone, have a plan in place starting tonight through tomorrow.
Right. So there's the tropical storm warnings that do include our central mountain counties of North Carolina, Asheville, Greenville, Charlotte, and then we have hurricane warnings. Almost, not quite, but almost too near Atlanta.
I was going to say, moving all the way into Georgia, central portions of Georgia. So, yeah, this is a big hurricane.
It is. And so flood watches continue in effect through midday Friday. That covers all the area. We're looking at areas of rain. It's been light to moderate for much of the day across northeast Tennessee, southwest Virginia, with some pockets of heavier rain on powered by Doppler radar. That upslope component to the wind, rushing up the Blue Ridge, up into adjacent counties of Virginia, Grayson County, Smith, that's where the atmosphere gets kind of wrung out with this kind of setup, and that's where we've seen and we'll continue to see the heavier rainfall totals. In fact, I can show you 12-hour totals have been generally around an inch or less in much of the area. Some areas actually much less. However, you can see back to the east, we've had rainfall totals in the past 12 hours in excess of 3 to 4 inches, and this is a 2-day total. This is 48-hour rainfall totals, which these are kind of the hot spots, but generally 2 to as much as 6 inches across the area in the past 2 days.
Yeah, this is quite a bit of rainfall over the last 2 days.
And these are estimated. They're not exact. I mean, we're just point and click with the mouse there, and the numbers pop up. But trying to find some of the higher totals near some of the communities that we've seen. There's that flash flood warning.
Yeah, in effect until 6:30 for Grayson, Smith, Tazewell, and Wythe counties. So that does include Wytheville area, Marion. Considerable threat for flash flood warning. We've already seen video from viewers that have shown the lakes and the creeks almost out of their bed.
Yeah, and some homes have there have been some evacuations or residents.
Overnight there have been several evacuations into Smith County near Atkins area.
And there were in Johnson County as well, but the flash flood warning, they're not in effect. And we have the flood advisories really in effect for just about everybody. But the flash flood warning more urgent. Those are the 3 counties now. They may extend that at 6:30 as well, and others may get added as we go through the night, as we do expect some occasional rain to continue. This is at 9 p.m. We may start to see the heavy downpours really pick up into the mountains of North Carolina late this evening and overnight tonight, as the upslope winds come up the east side of the mountains, tends to bring out the more intense rain. We get a bit of a rain shadow with this kind of flow coming into the Tri-Cities. So we may see things break up overnight into the Tri-Cities, while it still remains intense downpours, at least streaks of heavy rain into the North Carolina mountains, and probably spilling at least into some of the mountains of Tennessee and Grayson Smith County as well. And then it looks like here's Helene right here.
Right here. Yep. Here comes Helene. This is about 6 to 7 a.m. starting again. You're going to see the heaviest near Roan Mountain and into Mountain City area, into the North Carolina mountains.
Sam's Gap, and that area. So you can see that we'll then move into the Tri-Cities. We'll give you a full look at the future track coming up at 5 and how much rain we're expecting. But make sure you stay connected with us with our StormTrack 5 app.
That's right. And download that. It's available for iPhone and Android devices. And also just be careful, but we'd love to get your photos and pictures. Send them to WCYB.com. Click on Chime In, upload them, and we can put them on air and online as well.
And it helps us tell the story. You can let us know, you know, in your description, you know, how much rain you've had, any information that we could be used that would be helpful to relay any critical information to the viewers as well. So thank you for letting us come into your computer, your smartphone, and we will be seeing you tonight on News 5 starting at 5 with the latest and give you more details on that rain and wind and when it's all pushing out.
All right.